Hi. This is Alfonso. I'm calling from Corre Cámara.
You got him.
Oh, hi. Since the years from the original publication of your book, Screenplay, what kind of changes have you seen in the craft of screenwriting? Do you feel it still applies?
Well, you know what's interesting is that because the evolution of film has been advanced through technology, through CGI and through all wireless technology and so on, that the absolute specifics of screenwriting are changing daily. We're really in the middle of an evolution and a revolution. But the form of storytelling is still the same, whether it's a story like, I forget, it's a Chris Nolan film.
Inception?
Inception. Whether it's done like Inception, or whether it's done like the Descendants, or whether it's done like Chinatown, the whole thing is that the form is constant. Hey, there you are.
Yes.
I see your picture. You see me?
Yes.
Hi, Alfonso.
Hi, Sid.
So I think the form is absolutely stable and is still the same, but because of our technology, the way we tell our stories are now different. We utilize memories, flashbacks. We expand the elements of reality, like what we did with Como Agua para Chocolate.
Yes.
We expanded the dynamic, even though it was natural realism. We expanded that because of the fact that it worked subjectively within the framework of the story.
Okay, thank you. There are so many books and gurus teaching about screenwriting nowadays. What would you say makes your approach different?
Well, my approach has been the same ever since I started teaching. My examples have changed to fit the current time. So I'll be talking about Chinatown, or I'll be talking about ordinary people, and then I'll go in and I'll talk about Y Tu Mama Tambien, which I worked on with Alfonso and Carlos.
Oh, wow.
So that form is still the same, but the way we tell the story differs. In Como Agua, we had to work with a structural storyline and then alter the story somewhat to embrace the film form. So it worked out very, very well for everybody.
So you worked on the screenplay for Como Agua para Chocolate?
See.
Oh, wow. And also the...
Laura.
Which one?
Laura is one of my students.
Wow. I didn't know that. And also the film with the Cuarón brothers, Y Tu Mamá También? Wow.
I used to hang out with Alfonso and Carlos. Carlos was one of my students.
Wow. That's very...
And a very dear friend of mine is Luis Mandoki.
Wow. So interesting.
I just got that email from Luis. I'm going to see him when we come to Mexico.
Wow. So that's really interesting. There's a lot of connections with Mexican filmmakers.
The Mexican filmmaker, is an extraordinarily talented group of individuals. The whole mentality of Mexico is wonderful in terms of creativity. And I think they have so much talent there and so much to work with that as soon as the Mexican screenwriters begin to tell their stories in a very humanistic way, you're going to have great films like Como Agua again or Y Tu Mama Tambien.
Well, thank you so much. Will the experience of the seminar be very different from reading the book? Because there's a lot of people who know you, who've read the book. Or is it better if you've read the book? Is it necessary?
Well, number one, it's not necessary. And I will say this, that the difference between what we are doing in the summit and what I do on write in a book is the difference between an apple and an orange. They're both fruit, they both have skins, they both grow on trees, they're both sweet, but they are as different as an apple and an orange.
Okay.
Just because you read my book doesn't mean anything.
Okay, thank you so much. Would you say that anyone can learn screenwriting?
I would say that anyone can learn the craft of screenwriting. Talent is God's gift, You either have that or you don't. But that should not stop you from wanting to write a screenplay. I read screenplays that are terrible, but they're really crafted, and they're complete, and they gave the writer a great deal of satisfaction when he or she finished, but they're not marketable. They're not, they're professional, but they're certainly not marketable in the U.S. at least. So I think writing is really a personal journey where you become closer to yourself.
Oh, wow.